Hi Stampin' friends, tonight we're going to use the Calming Camellia set. It is the prize that you get during a celebration if you're a hostess and your party hits 300 or more. It has a lot of uses and some really great sentiments. The little camellia part kind of reminds me of an astromeria. It's kind of like a little tiny clump of flowers. And then the sentiments it has are lovely you make me smile, you're in my thoughts today, happy birthday. It's the little things that make life great, and I love being your friend. So I thought those were pretty useful ones that it has. And I don't know how much you all watch other demonstrators on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, but very many people have done this onto dark colored cardstock or craft or one of those. And so I'm going to try that tonight, and you use the white craft ink to paint on the color and then add a color on top of the neutral. So we'll see how that works. And then I'm also going to do just some general stamping ones just to kind of give you some other alternatives. So we'll see which we like or if we like them all. So let's get started. Okay. So I think the first thing I will do is start with my fresh freesia and just ink it up in the fresh freesia. So now what I've done here is cut out one of the So Sentimental's rectangles, and I just think that makes it so much prettier than just a plain bit of paper with the little edges and stuff. So then you could do it straight up, but I think I'm going to kind of put it at a little bit of an angle and then just stamp it down. Give it a second. Straight up, there we go. Now you can see that this is one of our distinctive stamp sets. So it has a lot of kind of intense areas and some less obvious spots. So that you can see there, it's kind of got some variety in it. Okay, so then with this one, what I had in mind was just basically picking up the same ink and creating a little more intense areas, and then also adding sparkle. So let's get that going. Just going to get pick a little bit up here with I'm using my Wink of Stella to color this. Just going to go ahead and add some sparkle here in the center of the flowers. And you could sparkle up the whole thing, but you could also just do certain parts. So this is really letting out a lot of liquid. Let's see here. So I'm just going to kind of spread that around a bit. There we go. And this gives it a lot of shine. There we go. You can see the sparkle, very sparkly. And then I think I want to make this like a birthday kind of sentiment. So I'm going to add the happy birthday, inking it up also with the pretty fresh freesia. Center that right in the center as best I can. Oh, I caught some edges. So when that happens, it's really easy to just stamp it on a piece of other paper and then punch it out with one of our punches. Try to get that somewhat even. And that will usually cover any problem that you've had with that. So I could probably scooch that over just a little bit and make that happen. Then I will probably finish up this card with some of our fresh freesia ribbon. There. This on top. And then I'm not going to glue this down for you. I think you can kind of see how that would go. And just add it here. Then maybe just use some of your in color jewels, like here. Use the ones that are fresh freesia. And that would be a super quick card and very easy to make a lot of for anyone that needs a card. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to clean this real quick. Got my little cleaning scrubby. Just going to kind of clean that off. And then I'd store these in the stamp cases themselves, but that one I just thought perfect for doing that. Cleaning it quickly. Okay, now I'm going to use soft suede, and I'm going to see what we think about it. And then I'll also do one with the Sahara sand. Okay, so here we go with the soft suede. Oh, I didn't get enough on it. Good thing I've got a back side to this paper. Oh, wow. Look at it show up there. I guess I clearly didn't have it well inked. There you can see with it well inked what it looks like. Too funny. Okay, now I will give it a try. Oh, I hope I didn't push it down too much and catch an edge. No, not too bad. Okay, so now that I've done this, what I'm going to do is just add some color from white craft ink. Well, color. I'm going to take some color away. Okay, see, and I marked these on here. This one is for white shimmer paint, so I'm going to not, oh, I guess I could just go ahead and use that. It doesn't matter, but, and this one is for white craft ink. So I've had this one a long time, and I just use it for adding white. So that way, you know I don't accidentally pick it up some other time when I definitely wouldn't want to. And so what I'm doing here is I'm trying to leave the edge so that I don't have any problems with extra, well, not being able to tell where I should stop. And then I also want to leave plenty in the center so that it maintains some of its design. You can do this on navy or on any dark color, or you can do it on a medium color like this one. So it's pretty simple. This is the Sahara sand that I'm using. And this technique, while it may seem a little bit daunting, is really pretty simple. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and finish what I'm doing here, adding the white, and let you see it, and then I'm going to go over it with color in a bit, because it's kind of almost could be considered two separate techniques. One thing I do want to do is not get this on too thick. I want to be able to still see my brush strokes that I'm putting through here, and I don't want to have too much of the white. Now I can also go in and add little bits in the middle here, like on the tops of the pistils and stamen, and just kind of add some dots there. Now, of course, when I go back to put color, you can do that with your blends. You can use the just regular inks, or you can use the watercolor pencils. So again, lots of choices there. Get a little bit more. Starting on the edge, I'm just kind of outlining, and then I'm dragging it toward the center. This will probably be one that's good to speed up before I put it on YouTube. Make it a little less intensely focused on coloring. And this technique could be used on a variety of different floral stamps. It would be very simple to use this on numerous different stamps. The main point of when you use this is that you basically just want to be sure that you don't overcolor it, and you want to leave enough so that you can tell what to do as far as adding color. Then I'm just going to go down here also on the green. On the green spots. And this is not a green spot, this is another flower. Just about to bud. And you wouldn't think so, but this is a rather forgiving thing, because if you say, oh, I've got too much there, you can always go back with your little blender pen, or your, I guess it's not exactly a blender pen anymore. It has kind of turned into a paint coloring pen. But hi Dot, it's great to see you. So you can, what I was saying was that you can just go in if you think you've blobbed too much on there and take it back out with your blender pen. And that's pretty simple to do. And then I'm just going to assume that all of this edge is just kind of a splatter. And so I'm just painting the leaf with the white and kind of leaving the splatter in brown. Now you don't have to choose brown. You could use the same color that the cardstock is if you use a light purple, or if you use a yellow. I really want to try it using the, gosh, what is it called? Pale papaya. I really think that could be a cute one if it was colored as well. Okay, I'm gonna put a little more down here. And I'm probably not gonna do this as well as I would do if I was not, if I weren't showing you all, just because I don't want to take all your time, because I think you get the gist of what I'm going for here. It's just adding the color and the brightness, because then when I go over it, it will be even brighter. Just going to do a couple more spaces. Now what I'm doing is imagining where I want it to be just really intensely light. So just a couple more spots here that I want to be really obviously light. And sometimes I think this is one of those that I'm kind of showing you this because I want you to see how easy it is. Because some people who are super talented will certainly be doing this better than I am, but it's kind of one of those things where I want you to see that anyone can do it, even me. Just putting a few more dots in these centers because I want to be able to get a little bit of yellow in there. Okay, so I'm gonna stop for a second and show you how it looks just highlighted with the white. So this is kind of what I imagine doing, maybe with some pale papaya or some of the colors, just to add white on top of it to make the flower just really pop. So now I'm going to go back over it. I'm going to use one of our, let's see, our Wink of Stellas. And this is the color that I kind of imagined using, and then popping this up on dimensionals. So I'm going to want my greens to be that same soft succulent. So I'm going to start with my greens. And what I'm using here is just, this is kind of a weird thing I've done, because I don't want to put this on my block, because I don't want to have to worry about getting it on the block or having the, basically having the white paint stain my block. So I'm just using an old envelope, the medium clear envelopes, and I'm just letting that, you know, be, okay, I've had it a while, I don't have to worry about it anymore. I just put the cardstock in there to make it firm, and I used the very vanilla so that I could see where the white was. So that made it really easy to pick up all my colors. Okay, and I could not find some of my re-inkers, and so I'm wondering if I forgot to order this year's in color re-inkers. So if I did, I will need to get on that during celebration. It's kind of the perfect time. Okay, so now I'm just adding some of this soft succulent, and then you could do this using regular ones without any shine, just using the regular aqua painters or a paintbrush. But the reason I'm using this is because I do like the shine. Just putting that there. And I'm just putting under, you know, on the underside, I'm doing that first with the idea that it will be the darkest underside of these leaves. Here we go. I'll put a little bit of green back in here. And then Dot, if you have a preference of what, you may not be where you can type anything in, but if you care what color I use for the flowers, maybe a pink or a lavender of some sort, then just post on here and I will see it. And if not, no big, I'll just probably use purple. There we go. I'm trying to see if I want to add any more. I think I'll add some color right there. Yeah, that was a good choice. Okay, then I will show you the leaves. A little more green up there where I put that lightest white on the leaves. Okay. So there you can see, just layered onto the leaves. I'm just gonna kind of brush that off, and then I'm gonna go back. I think I'll start with the freesia. I'll start with the lightest color. I'm gonna start, just kind of add a little bit of the lightest color here. And what I like about this is it kind of reminds me of the times I've seen these kinds of little plants. Not sure I've seen them called camellias. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to see them on the plant that they're grown on, because I need to learn about that. I was thinking about that when I was doing it. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a camellia, bush? I don't know. So I need to. So I'm just adding quite a bit of this fresh freesia. And I'm just being careful to not get too close to what I'm going to consider the center. And now since I'm using Wink of Stella, when I'm finished, I'm going to clean this off with a paper towel or a Kleenex or something so that I don't get the sparkles into my ink pad. As this will definitely be a spot that I will speed up for YouTube. And then I think I'm going to go in with a little bit darker color, maybe some Highland Heather before I completely finish. Okay, so there you can see it with just a little bit of the fresh freesia added. Then let's see, that's the grape. I think that might be a little dark. There we are. There's the Highland Heather. And I think I'm going to use the So Saffron in the middle. So let me just clean this off. I'm going to get some saffron, put it on these middle pieces here. The saffron is a little bit pale and brown, so I don't know. No, you can kind of see it. I think it'll still work. Just kind of dopping it on the top there. Okay. It's not super intense. I might want to add some Daffodil Delight. We'll see. Okay. And then I'm going to get some Highland Heather and mostly put it along the edge there with the yellow, the saffron, and then just have it coming out into the rest there, to the center. Okay, then I've got to look at it right side up, sorry, and just kind of put it along some of the edges and things that we have, some kind of dark spots. Gosh, it already looks like I've done way more than I have, just adding a little tiny bit because of the way that the stamp is cut. Okay, so there you can see where I've added the bluer and darker Highland Heather. All right, so now, finished with that. I will. Now, I could put it on this, and that would probably be pretty as well. That would kind of just, rather than be layered on, it would kind of highlight it and make this background fade away more. So, just kind of up to you. Oh, hi, Charlene. It's great to see you. Thank you for hopping by. And then what I'm going to do next is use some of this shimmer ribbon. And I'm going to just layer it on the bottom here. I'm trying to decide if I want to put it up a ways or if I want to put it right across the bottom. I think I kind of like it at the bottom. Let's get this real quick. See if it looks like I've got it somewhat straight. Okay, there we are. And just, this is where I didn't have enough ink on there, if you're wondering why that's like that. That's the great thing about it. I've always got two sides. Okay, so now that I've got that, then I'm ready to work on a sentiment, which I think I will also use the same color and see if I can get the green ink to show up on it. I'm not totally sure. I think I'm going to try it actually in both colors. I'm going to try the happy birthday on one side, like this. That's not very intense either. I'll try the green on the other side with, let's see, which sentiment? Maybe You're in My Thoughts Today is a good one. With the soft succulent. There we are. Yeah, I think the green is more legible. So, hi Shar, it's great to see you. All right. I'm just going to punch both of these with my label punch here. Feel like it's centered. That one. And then the happy birthday. If you're just hopping on, you may want to go back because the majority of my live was me coloring and doing a little technique on this main image here. And it will really show you how simple it is. Okay. So then I think this one is probably the prettiest. And I think that is a great card to send to encourage your friend or whatever when you're when they're maybe sick or something like that, having to do some sort of treatment. I think that just really looks pretty. And gosh, I'm always wondering if you can even see the shine, because for me it's like super sparkly, but I'm not sure that you can see it. So we did this with the You're in My Thoughts on the Sahara sand. And then we did this one with the white, and we had a mistake, so we covered it up here. So, and then we were going to use these pretty fresh freesia in color jewels on this one as well. So it is just a lot of fun to use this technique, and I know I'm going to be spending some time this weekend making several of these because I think this is a beautiful way to add some shine and some joy to what could be could look kind of a little bit drabbish, but not with the sparkly Wink of Stella on it. Oh, I'm so glad you like the stamp, Shar. It is one of my favorites as well. It is really worth having, I think. So it's going to be a lot of fun to use it. Well, sorry it was kind of a short one tonight, but that's all I have prepared. I didn't want to make too many since I knew it was going to take me a long time to color all that in. So please go back and watch the rest of it if you missed it. And as always, subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't. I would love to see you on all my lives in the future. I'll see you I will go ahead and do it Monday night. I considered not since it's Valentine's, but I thought I might just go ahead because I think we're going to have our big celebration with my girls on Saturday night, since we always do steaks at home because I don't like to go to restaurants on Valentine's. It's always kind of a bit intense. So I think I will probably go ahead and do that at 7 on Monday. And we'll be using the Horizon Designer Series paper, the 6x6, which is next month's Paper Pumpkin. And if you are doing Paper Pumpkin, remember you might want to consider going ahead and getting one of the groupings of 12 months, 6 months like that, because the price is going to go up $1 starting in March. So no big deal really, but if you can save a little and you want to, something to think about. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.